This is Joseph R. Wheeler, the third artist founder and the president of the Honest Con Foundation, with another one of those episodes for relationship goals in the art life. Shout out to all my artists worldwide, getting it how we gotta get it, and doing all the side jobs we usually have to do in between it, because unlike most folk, we the folks who have to wear multiple hats to get it how we live it, right? As the phrase goes, we really got to go hard for ours. So I'm out here doing that, but I often think a lot when I'm riding or when I'm hiking. If you want to check out the hiking content, make sure you check out Onyx Con Outdoors worldwide, right here on Onyx Con Network, here on YouTube. So today's topic is vetting and how to vet. And we don't even get into why you should vet. VET is what I'm saying, if you're not familiar with the word. A lot of people don't use this word a lot. I think it's because people need to do it and don't even know to do it. You know, there's other words that mean the same thing, but basically to run somebody through a number of questions to figure out who they are before you want to deal with them. And this goes for everything, business, all that. Ask questions, y'all. Don't be afraid to be the person that some people would say, oh, that's lame, that's corny, that's this, that, and that. Those are people avoiding having to tell the truth about their mishaps, their psychological issues, their biological issues, their bad habits, etc. These are the things you got to ask about up front before you get into relationships with people, okay? And that goes for any type of relationship. But in this early part of the journey of developing this particular content, we're dealing with intimate relationships, because that is a core part of your psychological health. And all of this is part of what we call Onyx Con Fitness, okay? So you gotta vet people, all right? I know I'm especially talking to the young part of my audience and the adult grown folks like myself, because a lot of people in this popular culture that we're living in these days with social media and everything, you know, whatever's become trendy with what some rapper or celebrity or whoever said, people pretend like they don't take all their advice from these folks, but they do. They do. They do. We did when I was younger. This is what people do. I mean, I ain't saying I did that, because luckily, I ain't gonna front. As a human being, you're influenced by that. You're all your life, you're influenced by it. You only understand how to vet from examples of people around you vetting. If you see that people around you who are your elders or your, you know, whoever you look to for guidance in any category of life, let's just put it like that. It ain't gotta be parents. It could be, you know, friend at work, a coworker. Through their guidance, you learn how to work better, more efficiently, get more money for your time. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a lot of what we're sharing when we talk about Onyx Con being a lifestyle, especially for those of us who are artists or those of us who appreciate the arts, because that's what we're all about, this living your best creative life. So let's get into it specifically, right? Most important things you can do as an artist in this vetting process, come across somebody who doesn't respect art. I mean, why even bother with somebody who doesn't respect what you're here to give the earth, to give humanity? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even bother with that nonsense, okay? But if you were to find somebody who does appreciate and understand the struggles that artists go through, right? And understand that they can't rate you on the same scale that most people are out here rating each other on, of, okay, you go to school, you get out of high school, you go straight to college, you get your degree, you might travel a little bit, and then you get serious with your job, you grow in your job to the where you can finally afford to go traveling again. When you meet somebody and you get serious, y'all get married, you have some kids, you buy a house, you pay your mortgage, you go on more vacations when you can, if you can at all, and you call it a life. Like, that's how most people literally live life, right? And of course, dealing with all the stuff that comes in between, the ups and the downs, the all and arounds. Artists, we deal with everything I just said, and at the same time, don't always have the support sometimes, or the infrastructure to even do some of those things, right? In that order anyway. It doesn't always happen in that order. Sometimes it happens in a different case of events. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, in a society that pressures you to have certain things by a certain age, to live a certain way, to eat a certain way, to do everything a certain way, to be religious a certain way, whatever it may be, all those different, you know, pulls and tugs on your brain and what you want to do with your life will determine your outcome. Now, everybody, and really, you know, minority in a way, artists are a minority, because even though everybody, I always say, has an artist in them, few embrace the life. So for those who take the challenge and understand that in discovering their talents, or talent, because some people are just gifted in one particular area. Other people have multiple things that they do, like myself. So if you're talking to somebody who doesn't even respect what art is, done. You're out of here. Next. And there's no shortage of beautiful people. So the hard part is getting caught up in how somebody looks, or, oh, you're going through their profile and you say, oh man, they like that show I like. Nobody ever says they like that show. Oh my gosh, she went to this place that I've been. I know she's got good taste if she traveled there. Oh my gosh, she doesn't care about materialistic stuff like this, that, and the other. So I know we'll get along. We'll understand each other. You know, yeah, maybe all those things can be true. But you got to weigh the percentages. And if somebody keeps, no matter how much you try to pull on your brain and say, oh, I think it'll work, you know it ain't going to work. You know it ain't going to work if they don't respect art. Because at some point, you're going to have to share with them what you really are and what you do and why this is everything to you and how that is going to always be there no matter what they do. You know, they can go out the door. If the relationship goes to hell, yeah, whatever, my art going to be here for me. You best believe that. I'm gonna do this art. I got to do this art no matter what. It may change forms, it may change mediums, but I'm going to be a creative. All right? So you got to put the foot down on that and not budge. And you got to find somebody who's turned on by hearing you speak that way, who loves to know that this man is going to stay in their art. If you're a woman, she's going to stay in her art. She's not going to give up on her dream, because it's not just chasing your dream, as the phrase goes, and that's frivolous, and we just had to give up on our dreams and do quote-unquote real jobs. No. The worst thing you can say to an artist is, you ain't doing a real job when you're doing your art. This is the ultimate real job, okay? It gets no deeper. It gets no deeper. And it's costly per generation for every artist we lose to the nonsense of giving up on it. And sometimes this happens through the relationships, because people get with people who don't appreciate their art, and then they end up just dropping their art. They let it go. They let go art altogether, and they just go into that other reality of anti-art and, you know, you don't need to be creative and all, and they become the robots that some societies want them to be, okay? And they regret it. And the society itself starts to regret it over time. It doesn't usually notice until, as they say, you don't notice you don't appreciate your water until your well run dry. Oh, then they recognize, oh my gosh, wait a minute, we lost all the artists. You got whole cities trying to attract artists because they understand if we don't have artists in our city, who wants to come here? Who wants to come to a place that has nothing beautiful about it, has nothing creative about it, has no architecture that's stunning, has no theater, has no visual arts, no murals anywhere, no hotspot restaurants with creative artists, culinary artists in there creating up all kind of amazing dishes that you never ate before in your life, and the tastes are incredible, right? The beautification of the grounds on the places that you go, the hotels, the community centers, the art places, any of the buildings, the grounds, that is a landscaping and art, okay, all right? You know, you have no theaters, no movie theaters. You can't go see the latest films. You got you might have one car dealership, but hell, one brand, and that's all I can do. I can't get a variety of different cars to choose from. Automotive arts, I can go on and on and on. A day without art is not a day. It's not a day, ladies and gentlemen. So just like that is so important in your relations, you have to attract people who respect everything I'm saying right now, or you're not only doing yourself a detriment, you're doing the history and the humankind a detriment, because you are here to put it down. You are here to do that art. So every lady I allow in my life has had to hear this speech one way or another, and whether they liked it or not. If they didn't like it, they were in for a real quick part-time job. You understand? And they knew that, and then they got frustrated, so what? You knew from the beginning, you ain't worthy. If you appreciate it, you are welcome. And if you appreciate my time and my energy and my resources, because, hey, some of it gonna have to go into the art. So it can't be all about you, but trust me, once I bond with you and I feel something special with you, I'm gonna do you right. I'm gonna do all I can to gift you up and treat you. But it won't be that run-of-the-mill, oh, you don't love me because Valentine's came and I didn't get another diamond necklace or earrings or whatever. Baby, we can go traveling to multiple spots in the world for what a pair of diamond earrings or a diamond necklace costs if you ain't balling like that. And most of your artists, when you meet us at various stages of our development, may not have that money, or may have it and be saving it for other more important things, or have our own businesses. We the real deal when people start talking about entrepreneurs. See, it became a trend where everybody want to claim this now, which I think is ridiculous, because y'all ain't, some of y'all ain't really in that headspace. You just do stuff because it's trending. Or it's trending to say generational wealth. It's trending to say entrepreneur. It's trending to say, so I'm going to say I do all this. Really? No, some people ain't built like that. It's okay, though. Some people ain't artists. For real. They got art in them, like I said, but they ain't claiming the light. They haven't sacrificed what it's going to take to live that art life. And you got to have people who build an artist up. You can't allow people who put an artist down, who belittle what art is. Anybody coming around you talking that, you still doing that little art stuff you be doing? Walk quickly before you hurt something. Get the hell out of there. That's not where you ever need to be. You need people who are fascinated with you, who literally just, that first date y'all sitting across from each other, and maybe they already know what you do, and you start elaborating, or you show them your work for the first time, whether, hey, this is me in this film, this is my drawings, this is my paint. If they're not sitting there, mouth dropped open, looking at you like they would look at you later after y'all had that first sensual experience, and you blow that back out, if they're not looking at you like that about your art, that ain't nothing to be marrying or spending a long time with. I ain't gonna say it ain't nobody to kick it with. We got to have something out here in this desert. But it ain't the one you wanna invest in. It ain't. That's not the person you invest in. Because they're not showing a return on investment from day one. There it is, y'all. I hope it helped you. I hope it embellishes what you're already doing, and I hope it reinforces what you're doing if you already think this way. Relationships in the art life.